उपनूग प्रभहराय विनोदेति
स्वरूपिणे
प्रभु पतन्तरङ्गाय सर्वर सद्गुणशालिने मायवद्यतमोघ्नाय वेदार्थे वदने नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति सिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामने श्रीवैष्णवानवि देवी दयिताय कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभा नमः। मधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाद्याश्री रूपनुग भक्ति गौर करुण शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तदीनतारिणी रूपनुग विरुध प्रसिद्धिन्तहारिणी नम गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वीरगमूर्तये विप्लम्बर संभूते पदम्बुजयते नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय उपनोग गौर विर्भव भूमेस्त्वं निर्देश साजन प्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदयन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौर तुझे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपिका कांता राधाकांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त न कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। जयतं सुरतो पंगो मन्दमतिर्गतिः मत्सर्वासपदम्बोज राधमादनमोहनो दिव्यद्विन्दरण्यकल्पद्रुमद्दा श्रीमद् सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् श्रील गोविंद देवो कृष्णदपि सेवमानस्मरामि। श्रीमद्रासरम्बी वंशिवात तथा स्थिता कर्षन् वेणुस्वानि गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नाम वृन्दय तुलसी देव्या प्रियाय केशवाच च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। माच तद्वत्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तवातरं भक्तकीं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद यद्वैत गदाधर शिवसंति गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ananga Mohan Prabhu, for that. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Cheers. Welcome to all.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Namam Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayana Namine नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. So first of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Rasmati Guru Pad Padma Nitila Pret Jagat Guru Shishwar Bhakti-Vidanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and also offer obeisances to lotus feet of the Rendi Sannyasi Shishwar Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisances. So yesterday we celebrated the appearance day of His Divine Grace Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. I was very happy. A very inspirational life history. And today we are having a class on Caitanya Caritamrta. Caitanya Caritamrta is now, we are in Adi Lila. We are discussing chapter 2 and text number 30. A very wonderful verse. This begins with Narayanastam nahi sarvadehinam atmasi adishakhiraloka sakshi narayano angam naro bhujarayanat tachapi satyam na tavaiva maya. Narayana means Lord Narayan. Tvam you. No, not. He certainly. Sarva all Dehinam. All Dehinam. So Dehinam means of all the embodied beings. Atma, of the super soul. Asi, you are. Adhisha, O Lord. Akhira Loka, of all the worlds. Sakshi, the witness. Narayana, known as Narayan. Angam, plenary portion. Nara, of Nara. Bhu, born. Jala, in the water. Ayanat, due to the place of refuge. Tat, that. Cha, and. Api, certainly. Satyam, highest truth. No, not. Tava, your. Eva, at all. Maya, the illusory potency. Now the translation is, O Lord of Lords, you are the seer of all creation. You are indeed everyone's dearest life. Are you not therefore my father, Narayan? Narayan refers to one whose abode is in the water born from Nara, Garbhodakashai Vishnu. And that Narayan is your plenary portion. All your plenary portions are transcendental, they are absolute, and are not creations of Maya. Purport by His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Swami Maharaj. This statement, which is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 14th verse, was spoken by Lord Brahma in his prayers to Lord Krishna after Krishna had defeated him by displaying his mystic powers. Brahma had tried to test Lord Krishna to see if he were really the Supreme Personality of Godhead playing as a cowherd boy. Brahma stole all the other boys and their cows from the pasturing grounds, but when he returned to the pastures, he saw that all the boys and cows were still there. For Lord Krishna had created them all again. When Brahma saw this mystic power of Lord Krishna's, he admitted defeat and offered prayers to the Lord, addressing him as the proprietor and seer of everything in the creation and as the super soul who is within each and every living entity is dear to all. That Lord Krishna is Narayan, the father of Brahma. Because Lord Krishna's plenary expansion, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, after placing himself on the Garbha ocean, created Brahma from his own body. Mahavishnu in the causal ocean and Kshirodakasha Vishnu, the super soul, in everyone's heart, are also transcendental expansions of the supreme truth. So you see that Brahma is the son of Garbhodakasha Vishnu. Garbhodakasha Vishnu. And Sankarshana Karana Toya Shai, Garbhodashai cha Payobdishai, Sheshasya Sham Skalas Nityanandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu. Nityananda Prabhu is the source of Mula Sankarshan. He is also source of Mahasankarshan. Also is the source of Mahavishnu, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, Kshirodakasha Vishnu. Actually, Garbhodakasha Vishnu there's a page on Wikipedia about Garbhodakasha Vishnu. I'm very happy. Great personality. Because if he's the father of our Brahma, how great he must be. So very nice painting is there actually of Vishnu. I'm sending to Vishakha. Can forward. So this actually very nice painting actually. Garbhodakasha Vishnu, and how he is Lakshmi is massaging his feet. Right here you see on the screen. Lakshmi is massaging his feet. And Lord Brahma is sitting with his 4 Vedas in his hands. And Vishnu is simply reclining on the Anantashesh. And Vishnu is now just taking rest, understand. But in his rest, he produced a baby. Brahma born from him. This is called his creative sleep. Generally, we sleep, we don't produce anything, understand, except someone might snore like me, it may be only snoring. But noise pollution. But Lord Vishnu is so great that not only Brahma manifested during his sleeping state, Brahma, he educated him in the knowledge, and he gave a Gopal mantra to Brahma also. Brahma chanted the Gopal mantra, but Gurudev was telling that it was specifically to get the ability to do the creation. So you see that this Garbhodakasha Vishnu is coming from Karanodaksha Vishnu, understand. Now Karanodaksha Vishnu is so great that from his every single skin pore, so many universes comes. So Karanodaksha Vishnu is very great, no doubt about it. And you can see that there is a very famous picture. This picture shows that as Karanodaksha Vishnu, every single skin pore of him, millions and millions of from every single skin pore, universes are coming out. And in each universe there is Garbhodakasha Vishnu situated. Ya karanarnavjale bhajati swayoga nidram ananta jagadanda saroma kupa adhara shaktim avalamba param samurtim govindam adi purusham tamam bhajami. So Karanadaksha Vishnu is so great, understand. But Krishna is the source of Karanadaksha Vishnu also. He is the source of Karanadaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and even Mool Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan. So Krishna is so great. So that's why Brahma, he prayed like this, that you are Mool Narayan, you are the source of everything. So here, the next text 31, it is told, Shishuvatsari Brahma Karya Parad Aprada Kshamaite Magena Prasad. Shishu means playmates. Krishna was a small child and they were having breakfast or lunch, and suddenly cows were gone. So Krishna was telling the Sakhas that don't worry, you keep on taking your breakfast and I will search for the cows. When he went to search for the cows, the Shishus, means the children also were gone, classmates, his playmates were also gone. And Krishna was wondering what had happened. Then Krishna saw that Brahma has stolen the cows and covered boys. So he assumed the forms equivalent of all the cows and covered boys, exactly the same forms. No one could recognize. Even Balram could not recognize. The mothers of the children could not recognize. The cows could not recognize that their children, their cows are not the original ones. Krishna has become their cow. Krishna wants to cheat, then who can not allow him to cheat? He can cheat anyone. But Krishna, so merciful, for one entire year, he had assumed the form of his playmates and cows. So Shishu playmates, Vatsa means calls Hari. Hari means stealing. Now Hari is also a name of Krishna. Hari Harati Papani Dushtachitterapi Smrita Anichyapi Sansprushto Dahatte Vai Pavaka. That actually Krishna's name is also a big thief. That Krishna's name, what it does, it steals all the sins. Praje prasiddham navanita chauram gopangananam chadukula chauram aneka janmarjita papa chauram choragraganyam purusham namami. That actually Krishna is the greatest of the thieves. He is the greatest of the thieves. He steals Vraje Prasiddham Navanita Chauram. Gopangananam cha Dukula Chauram. Aneka Janmarjita Papa Chauram. Choragraganyam Purusham Namami. I offer pranam to that foremost of thieves who is famous in Vraja as the Pada thief. He who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. Understand? So someone who steals your sins, so merciful. Krishna is so merciful. No one wants to take anyone's sins, but Krishna steals the sins of the surrendered souls. Shri Radhikaya Rudayasya Chauram Navam Budashamalakanti Chauram Padashritanam cha samasta chauram choragraganyam purusham namami. I offer pranam to the foremost of thieves who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. Akinchani kritya padashritam yaha karoti bhikshu patigehahinam kenapyaho bhishana chauraidruk Drishtva Shutovana Jagatrepi. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggars. Understand? So here you'll see that those who surrender to Krishna, he will take away all their material possessions. Then they will become paupers. Paupers means person who is very poor. They are called also indigent. Indigent is also a person who is very poor. It's called indigent. And wandering homeless beggars. Aho, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the three worlds. Yadiya namapya haratya shesham giri prasaran api paparashin Ashcharya rupo nanu chauridrug drishtva shutovana kadapi. Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountain of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard of anywhere. If you say only Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna like this, he will purge the mountain of your sins. Dhanam cha manam cha tathendriyani pranam shabhrutva mama sarvameva palayase kutra dhrutodya chaura tvam bhakti damna simaya niruddha. Hey thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, my everything, where can you turn to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. Brahma Thakur is telling, I have caught you now. Chinnatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham Vinnatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham Chinnasti sarvasya samasta bandham Naivatmano bhakta kruto tu bandham. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraj. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence. And you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. Manmanase tamasarashi ghore कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्धा लभस्वहे चौर हरे चिराय स्वचौर्य दोषोचित एव दंडम. O stealer of my everything, hey thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there for a very long time you will remain, receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. कारागृहे दुःख कारागृहे बस सदा हृदय मदीये मद्भक्ति पाश दंडबंधन निश्चलासन त्वां कृष्णे प्रलय कोटि शतांतरेपि सर्वस्व चौर हृदयान्नहि मोचयामि. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remains forever tight. You will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart because I will not release you for millions of eons. This ashtak is recited in the poetic meter called Upajati. So you see that how Krishna is a big thief. Krishna is the greatest of the thieves. And Bilamangal Thakur says that he steals the sins. Harir harati papani dushta chittairapi smrita anichhapi sansprushto dahati vai pavakam. That if you knowingly or unknowingly chant the name of Krishna, then all the sins will go away. Krishna will steal all your sins. No doubt about it. So this Choragraganya Ashtakam I very much like, and that's why the name of Krishna is Hari. Hari means to steal, and Krishna's name is also Hari. Krishna is also a very big thief. Actually, in Padyavali also, there is actually one verse comes that verse actually Hridayanayana Chaura Pashyatam Sajjananam. So that Krishna is also in Padyavali. He's called thief. Krishna is called thief. So here you'll see that Brahma, Lord Brahma, Kari, making aparad, offense. Aparad, offense. Kshamaite, to pardon. Magina, begged. Prasad, mercy. After Brahma had offered Krishna, after Brahma had offended Krishna by stealing his playmates and cows, he begged the Lord's pardon for his offensive act and prayed for the Lord's mercy. Tomara navi padma haite amara janmodaya tumi pita mata ami tomar tanay. Tomar, your navi padme, lotus of the navel, haite from amar, my janma uday, birth. Tumi, you, pita, father, mata, mother. Ami, tomar, your tanay, son. I took birth from the lotus that grew from your navel. Thus you are both my father and mother. I am your son. So that generally speaking, the mother is different, father is different. Father is the seed-giving person. Mother is the one who is giving the egg. So egg is fertilized with the seed of the father and the baby is born. So generally everyone has a mother and everyone has a father. But Brahma has only one parent, single parent. So means single parent means only one mother, one father. Understand? Krishna is his mother, Krishna is his father. So how wonderful is that? So Pita Mata, so Brahma is filling out some form, he'll have to write same thing. Mother's name, father's name, same. Understand? So Pita Mata Balakera Nalaya Aparad Kshama Kshama More Karah Prasad. Pita means father. And Mata means mother. Balakera of the child. Na, not. Laya, take seriously. Aparad, offense. Aparadha, the offense. Kshama, please pardon. More, unto me. Karaha, please show. prasada, mercy. Parents never take seriously the offenses of their children. I therefore beg your pardon and ask for your benediction. Now, father and mother are very merciful, especially mother is very merciful. The baby is kicking the mother, so many things, but mother will always pardon him. So, you are my mother, you are my father, please forgive me. Krishna kahe na Brahma tomara pita Narayana, ami gopa tumi kaiche amara nandana. Then Krishna is also very smart. Lord Krishna, Krishna means Lord Krishna, kahena says, Brahma, O Lord Brahma, tomar, your pita, father, Narayana, Lord Narayana. Ami, I am Gopa, covered boy. To me, you, Kaiche, how Amar, my Nandan son. Shri Krishna said, O Brahma, your father is Narayan. I am but a cowherd boy. How can you be my son? Brahma bole na tumi ki na ho Narayan. Tumi Narayana shuna tahara karan. Brahma, Lord Brahma, he says, Balena, says, to me, you, Kina ho, are not Narayana, Lord Narayan. To me, you, Narayana, Lord Narayan, Shuna, please hear, Tahara of that Karana reason. Brahma replied, are you not Narayan? You are certainly Narayan. Please listen as I state the proofs. Prakruta Prakruta Srishte Jata Jiva Rupa Tahara Jatma Tumi Mula Swarupa. Prakruta means material, Prakruta means spiritual. Srishte in the creations. Jato, as many as there are, Jiva Rupa, the living and living beings, Tahara of them, Ye, who, Atma, the super soul, to me, you, Mula Swarupa, ultimate source. All the living beings within the material and spiritual world are ultimately born of you, for you are the super soul of them all. So you'll see that this is the principle for unity in the entire world. Understand? There is no cause of disunity because all are actually part and parcel of Krishna. All are part and parcel of Krishna. So how can we are all in one family? We are all children of Krishna. So this Siddhanta is very made clear in Chaitanya Caritamrta that all are part and parcel of Krishna. Understand? The cosmic manifestation is generated by the interactions of the three modes of material nature. The transcendental world has no such material modes, although it is nevertheless full of spiritual variegatedness. So, in that spiritual world, there are also innumerable living entities who are eternally liberated souls engaged in transcendental loving service to Lord Krishna. The conditioned souls who remain within the material cosmic creation are subjected to threefold miseries and pangs of material nature. They exist in different species of life because they are eternally averse to transcendental loving devotion to the Supreme Lord. Sankarshan is the original source of all living entities because they are all expansions of his marginal potency. Some of them are conditioned by material nature, whereas others are under the protection of the spiritual nature. The material nature is a conditioned manifestation of spiritual nature. Just as the smoke is a conditional stage of fire. Smoke is dependent on fire, but in a blazing fire, there is no place for smoke. Smoke disturbs, but fire serves. The serving point. The serving spirit of the resonance of the transcendental world is displayed in 5 varieties of relationships with the Supreme Lord, who is the central enjoyer. In the material world, everyone is a self-centered enjoyer of mundane happiness and distress. One considers himself the lord of everything and tries to enjoy the illusory energy. But he is not successful because he is not dependent. He is not independent. He is but a minute particle of the energy of Lord Sankarshan. All living beings exist under the control of the Supreme Lord, who is therefore called Narayan. So actually, in material world, everyone wants to enjoy. Everyone wants to enjoy, and that is the problem with the material world. But in spiritual world, everyone wants to serve. Krishna is the only enjoyer. So that's why actually we'll have to give up this enjoyment spirit. That I am not the enjoyer. Mahaprabhu also has said in Chaitanya Caritamrta, Asatsanga tyag ei Vaishnavachar, Stri Sangi ka sadhu Krishna bhaktar. The behavior of the devotee is characterized by complete avoidance of bad association. That of the materialistic sense enjoyers and the non-devotee atheist. Tato dussanga usrujya sassa sajjeta buddhiman santevasa chindanti mano vyasangam uktibi. An intelligent person should therefore abandon all bad association and stay in the company of devotees. Only such holy persons can cut through one's unhealthy mental attachments with their powerful words. Srimad Bhagavatam 11 Canto 26 Chapter 26 verse. Like Gurudev, or Sripad Dandi Maharaj, Srila Anirudh Prabhuji, Srila Bhakti Gyan Bharati Maharaj, all these Vaishnavas, Srila Bhakti, Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj, Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Vibhuti Bodhayan Maharaj, all these Vaishnavas, they are great Vaishnavas. By their words, they cut our material attachments. So that's why we should always associate with the elevated Vaishnavas. In absence of them, we should read their words, their books. As long as there is no effulgent Acharya with such power, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas world finds itself endangered and helpless. Other than he, who will stand up to injustice, taking up the pain with a lion's courage or giving lectures like a lion's roar? We pray to Srila Prabhupada, the manifestation of Baladev, to protect us and give us the spiritual strength we need to maintain our spiritual life. For the Upanishads say, no one realizes the Atma without strength. Nayam Atma Balahinina Labhya. So basically, an Acharya, he by his pain, he has lion's courage, he protects our Sampradaya. So he says, Srila Prabhupada had extraordinary knowledge about the secrets of the disciplic succession. He began the compilation of the Vaishnava Manjusha Dictionary of Vaishnava terminology and other necessary information. 4 fascicules of the dictionary came out between 1922 and 1925. But the 5th volume was only partially completed. His powers of recall were astounding. Every time he lectured, he would introduce many fresh, interesting details with such skill that the audience would be left spellbound. He would try to note all these ideas with a deft hand, but would still miss many points. Later, we would bring the notes in article form and Srila Prabhupada would personally correct them. And many of these lectures were published in the weekly Gaudiya magazine. So, Prabhupada is such an extraordinary personality. So, such living acharyas, they can guide the mankind. So, Prithvi jaise ghatakuler karana ashraya, text 37. पृथ्वी जैसे घटकुलेर कारण आश्रय जीवेर निदान तुम्ही सर्वाश्रय. Prithvi, the earth, jaiche, just as ghata of earthen pots, kulera of the multitude, karana, the cause, ashraya, the shelter, jivera of the living beings, nidana, root cause, tumi, you, sarva ashray, the shelters of all. As the earth is the original cause and shelter of all pots made of earth, so you are the ultimate cause and shelter of all living beings. As the vast earth is a source of ingredients of all earthen pots, so the Supreme Soul is the source of the complete substance of all individual living entities. The cause of all causes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of the living entities. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 10th verse, where the Lord says, Bijam mam sarvabhutanam, I am the seed of all living entities. And in the Upanishads, Katha Upanishad 2.2.13, which says, Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam The Lord is the supreme leader among all the eternal living beings. The Lord is the reservoir of all cosmic manifestation, animate and inanimate. The advocates of Vishishtadvaita philosophy explain the Vedanta Sutra by saying that although the living entity has two kinds of bodies, subtle and consisting of mind, intelligence, and false ego, and gross consisting of the five basic elements, and although he thus lives in three bodily conditions, bodily dimensions, gross, subtle, and spiritual, he is nevertheless a spiritual soul. So basically, here we have three bodies: subtle body consisting of mind, intelligence, and false ego; gross body consisting of the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And we live in the three bodily dimensions: in gross body, subtle body, and spiritual body. Nevertheless, he is the spirit soul. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who emanates the material and spiritual worlds is the Supreme Spirit. Understand? So, he is the Supreme Spirit. As long as individual spirit soul is almost identical to his gross and subtle bodies, so the Supreme Lord is almost identical to the material and spiritual worlds. The material world, full of conditioned souls trying to lord over nature, is a manifestation of the external energy of the Supreme Soul, Supreme Lord, and the spiritual world, full of perfect servitors of the Lord, is a manifestation of his internal energy. Since all living entities are minute sparks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the Supreme Soul in both the material and spiritual worlds. The Vaishnavas, following Lord Caitanya, stress the doctrine of Achinta Vedavita, which states that the Supreme Lord, being the cause and effect of everything, is inconceivably, simultaneously one with his manifestations of energy and different from them. So, text 38, Nara Shabde kahe sarva jivera nicha, Ayana Shabde te kahe tara ashray. Nara Shabde, by the word Nar. Now he is giving the explanation of the word Narayan. Nara Shabde, by the word Nara kahe, one means sarva jiver, of all living entities. Nichaya, the assemblage. Assemblage. Assemblage means collection actually. Assemblage. Very nice word, assemblage. So, Bhagwan is the shelter of all the living entities. Assemblage is described in the dictionary as a group of persons together in one place. And that is called assemblage. A social act of assembling is also called assemblage. Or assemblage also means several things grouped together or considered as a whole. Assemblage. So, Ayana Shabde, by the word Ayana, Kahe, one means Tahara of them, Ashray, the refuge. The word Nara refers to the aggregate of all the living beings. And the word Ayana refers to the refuge of them all. Refuge of them all. So Narayan means he is the refuge of all the aggregate of living entities. That's why he's Narayan. Ataiva tumi ho mula Narayana. Ye kahetu shuna dvitiya karana. So here, Ataiva, therefore, to me, you, how are Mula, original, Narayana, Narayana, Eka, one, Hetu, reason. Shuna, please listen. Dvitiya, second, Karan, to the reason. You are therefore the original Narayan. This is one reason. Please listen as I state the second. Text 40. Jivera Ishvara Purushadi Avatar Tahasabahite Tomar Aishwarya Pan. Jiver of the living entities, Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, Purushadi, Purusha, incarnations, etc. Avatar, incarnations, Tahara, them, Sabha all haite then tomar your Aishwarya opulence apart boundless. The direct lords of the living beings are the Purush incarnations, but your opulence and power are more exalted than theirs. Atayavadishwara tumi sarva pita tomara shakti te tanra jagata rakshita. Atayava, therefore, Adishwara, primeval Lord. Primeval Lord. So he is called Adishwara, primeval Lord. This is actually primeval means having existed from the beginning in an earliest or original stage or state of the forest primeval. Primeval means actually primordial. This also word is used very much in Veda base. Primordial, having existed from the beginning. Primordial, primeval. So Krishna is from beginning exist. Atayava, therefore, Adishwara, primeval Lord. To me, you, Sarva of all, Pita, Father, Tomar, your Shaktite, by the energy, Tandra, De, Jagat, of the cosmic creations, Rakshita, protector. Therefore, you are the primeval Lord, the original Father of everyone. They, the Purushas, are protectors of the universes by your power. Text 42. Narayana jate karah palon ateva tumi mula Narayana. Narayana of the all living entities, of the living beings. Ayana, the shelter. Jate, those to whom. Karaha, you give. Palana, protection. Ateva, therefore. How are, to me, you, Mula, original, Narayan, Narayan. Here translation says, since you protect those who are the shelter of all living beings, you are the original Narayan. The controlling deities of the living beings in the mundane world are the three Purusha avatars. But the potent energy displayed by Sri Krishna is far more extensive than that of the Purushas. Sri Krishna is therefore the original Father and Lord who protects all creative manifestations through his various plenary portions. Since he sustains even the shelters of the collective living beings, there is no doubt that Sri Krishna is the original Narayan. Means Krishna is also, you see that he is the shelter of, he protects even Vishnus, three Vishnus. That's why he's Mool Narayan. Means three Vishnus give us shelter. Karanodakshaya, Garbhodakshaya, Vishnu. But Krishna protects them also. So that's why Krishna's power is far more than these three Vishnus. That's why he's Mool Narayan. Understand? Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a story comes that when Brahmana, he's actually used to give birth, his wife used to give birth to children, and whenever she used to give birth to a child, someone used to steal the child. So everyone tried to protect Krishna, Balram, everyone couldn't protect the child. Arjun took the vow, I will try to protect the child of the Brahmana, otherwise I will enter into fire. He also could not protect the child. The child was born and the child was gone. Then Krishna and Arjun searched entire universe, and they finally went to crossing the layers of the universe, like 7 or 8 layers, whatever it is. They crossed all these layers and they finally went to Bhuma Purusha, Mahavishnu. He is abode of Bhuma Purusha. And then they asked Bhuma Purusha, hey, did you steal the children of the Brahmana? Do you know where they are? He said, yes, I stole the children of the Brahmana. As soon as the child was born, I used to steal. Then Krishna said, why did you do that? Then Bhuma Purush said, Mahavishnu said, I just wanted to see you, how attractive you are. So you see that even this Vishnu, they, just to see Krishna, they did all this. Understand? And Varun, they also did the same thing. He arrested the father of Krishna just to see Krishna. Understand? So how attractive is Krishna? But this Brahman actually should have been happy, right? That my children went to Mahavishnu means they are liberated now. They went beyond the boundaries of the universe. Means no one has to come back after crossing these boundaries. That's it. You're out. Understand? So, but the Brahman, he got his children back. He insisted, Krishna, you have to get my children back. He told Arjuna and Krishna, you have to get my children back. Because he was a Brahman from Dwarka. He knew that they have gone to Bhuma Purush, means they have gone to the abode of impersonal liberation. Had he been a Brahman of Kashi, he would have been very happy. Oh, my children got mukti. Happy. Understand? But he was not a Brahman from Kashi. He was a Brahman from Dwarka. He knew that his children have gone to the abode of impersonal liberation, and I don't want that. I want them to go to some Vaikuntha or some place which is the abode of personal liberation. So he brought his children back. Somehow or other. Understand? So you see that even incarnations of Krishna are so attracted to Krishna. So that's why in Chaitanya Caritamrta that shloka comes. Aparitikara purva kasya chamatkara spurati mam hridayam isha madhurya pura ayamapi hantah pareksham lupta cheta sarvasamavoktum kamaya radhikeva. Even what to speak of incarnation, even Krishna himself is mesmerized by his own beauty. Understand? Incarnations, Radharani and Krishna, all are attracted to Krishna's beauty. So now he is explaining third reason. Tritya karana shuna Shri Bhagavana Ananta Brahmanda Bahu Vaikuntha Dhama. Tritiya, the third karana, reason, shuna, please hear, Shri Bhagavana, or Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ananta, unlimited, Brahma Anda, universes, Bahu, many, Vaikuntha, etc., Dhama, planets. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly hear my third reason. There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. Now, how many universes are there? There are so many Brahmandas and so many Vaikuntha planets. Actually, how many universes are there? Difficult to tell. Actually, in Chaitanya Charitamrta, a particular tree called Udumbar tree, Udumbar or Odumbar. They call it Odumbar. This is very dear to Lord Dattatreya. So this Udumbar tree is very much liked by devotees of Dattatreya. And this tree has fruit growing everywhere, all over the body of the tree, from the base till the everywhere. Only the fruit will grow, round balls like this. I'll show you. There is one tree right next to Ranganath Gaudiya Math. In Ranganath Gaudiya Math, this tree is there. This is called Hatti Gheda. Dandi Maharaj would know. Hatti Gheda, very much famous tree. Generally, we don't eat the fruit of this tree. If you eat the fruit of this tree, because there are many insects inside it, you get a big seed. So this tree has round balls growing. So many thousands and thousands of balls will grow on it, just like that, from the bottom till the top. Just you'll see that there's only fruit. So many colonies of fruits, round. So this tree is always laden with fruit. So many universes are there. This particular tree, Udumbar as they call it in Sanskrit, Hatti Gheda, and Umbar also they call it. So it is, biological name is, in Hindi it's called Gular tree, and its biological name is Ficus racemosa. Ficus racemosa, this tree. So many universes are there, means innumerable universes are there, innumerable Vaikuntha planets also there. So my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly hear my third reason. There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. इथे जत जीवतार त्रैकालिक कर्म तहा देख साक्षी तुम्ही जान सव मर्म. So ithe, in these, jata, as many, jiva, living beings, tara, of them, traikalika, past, present and future, karma, the activities, taha, that, Dekha, you see. Sakshi, witness. Tumi, jana, you know. Sava of everything. Marma, the essence. Both the material world and in the transcendental world, you see all the deeds of all living beings. In the past, present, and future, since you are the witness of all such deeds, you know the essence of everything. So you see that Krishna is the witness. Sakshi. Krishna is called Sakshi. There's a very famous newspaper, I think, in Andhra Pradesh also called Sakshi. Sakshi means witness. So Krishna is the witness of everything. Whatever we do, he is in the heart of all living entities. In Paramatma, actually, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj's life also is told. Vadanti tattvavidas tattvam yat jnanam advayam. In this shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, 1.2.11, three types of realization of the non-dual supreme absolute truth, Advait Gyan Paratattva, have been mentioned. These are Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. The supreme realization, that of Bhagavan, who is the cause of all causes and the controller of all controllers, he is full in six opulences and is the origin of the universe. Although he himself has no origin, the imperfect vision of only the Chit feature of Bhagavad Tattva has been called Brahma realization. In the Upanishads, this has been called Nirvishesh Brahma, and it is the bodily luster of Bhagavan. In Yoga Shastra, the partial realization of the Sat and Chit features of the omnipotent Bhagavad Tattva has been called Paramatma realization. Paramatma realization is to know that Vishnu, who measures the size of a thumb. So Vishnu is the size of our thumb, Angushta Matra Purusha. If you check in your heart, there is Vishnu size of the thumb. Understand? That's why we always say thumbs up. For something, thumbs up. Because the size of Paramatma, understand? We show Paramatma to everyone. Good. So, who is situated splendidly within the heart of every jiva as the witness or the regulator of the fruits of actions. Basically, in India also, if you cannot write your signature, if you are unlettered, then they put a thumb impression, actually. That you have to, in the ink, in bank, that your thumb impression is accepted like as good as your signature. Understand? Because thumb is Paramatma, size of the Paramatma. So here, three realizations are there. Brahma realization, and also there is Paramatma realization, and the topmost realization is Bhagavan realization. That is the topmost realization. तुम्हारा दर्शन है सर्व जगतेर स्थिति तुमी ना देखिले करो ना ही स्थिति गति. Text 45. तुम्हारा your darshan by the seeing sarva of all jagater of the universe sthiti maintenance tumi you na dekhile in not seeing karo of anyone nahi there is not sthiti staying gati moving. All the worlds exist because you oversee them. None can live, move, or have their being without your supervision. So it means the whole world is maintained by Vishnu. Understand? Krishna or Vishnu. Understand? In Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti also there were three pillars. So Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Maharaj was the Acharya. He was like Brahma because he used to initiate the devotees and giving them birth. Initiation means like giving them spiritual birth. So Brahma's job is creation. So he was called Brahma of the Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Then Srila Gurudev was called Vishnu because he was like Vishnu because he was maintaining the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Parikrama, management, construction, everything. He was a secretary. And Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Trivikram Maharaj was considered like Rudra or Shiva because he was like the job of Shiva's destruction. So Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Trivikram Maharaj by his spiritual instructions is to destroy the anarthas and bad habits of the devotees. So thus all three, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Nitila, Prishtam, Vishnu, Shishwan, Bhakti-Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Srimad Bhakti-Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and Bhakti-Vedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. All these three Vishnu paths, they were actually managing this Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti very nicely. Understand? And as long as they were on the planet, there was no problem in Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. So text 46. Narirana jate kar darshan tahatyo ho tumi mula narayana. Narira of the living beings, ayana of the motion. Nayana means the motion. Yate, since, kara, you do, darashana, seeing, tathatyo, tahatyo, therefore, how, are, to me, you, mula, original, Narayana, Narayana. You oversee the wanderings of all living beings. For this reason also, you are the primeval Lord Narayana. Shri Krishna in his Paramatma feature lives in the hearts of all living beings, in both the transcendental and mundane creation. As the Paramatma, he witnesses all actions the living beings perform in all phases of time, namely past, present, and future. Shri Krishna knows what the living beings have done for hundreds and thousands of past births, and he sees what they are doing now. Therefore, he knows the results of their present actions that will fructify in the future. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the entire cosmic situation is created as soon as he glanced over the material energy. Nothing can exist without his superintendence. Since he sees even the abode where the collective living beings rest, he is the original Narayan. So Ayana means how the living entities come to this material world, how they wander in this species of life. And so like this, all this is called Ayana. Just like we have Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Uttarayana is actually, you'll see that there are two movements of the sun. In Panjika also, in the calendar also, two movements of the sun. The northern called Uttarayana, and then there is also southern, that is called Dakshinayana. So when the sun is in the northern hemisphere, then it's called Balabhadra, and southern Dakshinayana is called Krishna. Then in India there are 6 seasons. The summer season, the name of that season is called Pundarikaksha. Pundarikaksha. So this name is given. For the summer season, we said now is Pundarikaksha is going on. If it is rainy season, we say Bhoga Shahi. Bhoga actually means the snake. Snake is also called Bhoga. So one who sleeps on the bed of snake, Anantashesh, is called Bhoga Shahi. Autumn is the season called Padmanabh season. Understand? The Hemanta is the Rishikesh season. The season is called Rishikesh, Hemanta, when the Caitanya Vrata was done by the Sadhan Siddha Gopis. The winter season is called Deva Trivikrama, and spring season is called Madhav. So this season is called Madhava. Hare Sprayasi Ade Radhe Nai Nai Vairini Vasantaya. So Madhava is one name of Krishna. So this spring season is after the Madhava. And actually, the 2 phases an additional month, Malamas. There is one extra leap in a year. There is an extra month. Every 3 years there is an extra month. That is called Kshaya or Malamas, but we call it Purushottam Mas. Then there is actually dark fortnight, Krishna Paksha, and there is a light fortnight called Shukla Paksha. So it is also called dark fortnight. Krishna Paksha has having the name Pradyumna and Krishna. In the light fortnight, Shukla Paksha has the name Aniruddha and Gaura. Then there are 12 months. The 12 months also like Vaishak. That is called Madhusudan month. Jeshta is Trivikram. Vaishak month, I think Narsingadeva appeared. Jeshta, Trivikram. Ashad means Chaturmasya begins, Vaman month. Shravan month is called the name Sridhar. Bhadrapad month is called Rishikesh, where Krishna was born. Ashwin, Padmanabh, and Kartik month is called Damodar Mas. Now this Ekadashi, Damodar Mas will begin, or Purnima, Damodar Mas will begin. Different month. Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, if you are in, from Ekadashi for you, Damodar Vrat. And for our Gaudi Vedanta Samiti Trust and all, they will be begin from Purnima. Agrahayan month, after that Kartik is called Agrahayan month, is called Keshav. Pausha month is called Narayan. And Magh month is called Madhav. Falgun month is called Govinda. Chaitra is called Vishnu. Now days, also days we see generally Sunday, then is called Sarva or Vasudev. The name of Sunday is Vasudev. Monday is called Sarva Shiva or Sankarshana. Monday is known by the name Sankarshana. Tuesday is called Sthanu and it is called by the name Pradyumna. When you say Pradyumna means Tuesday. Wednesday is called Bhuta or Aniruddha. Thursday is Adi Karanodashai. Adi Karanodashai. And Friday is the Nidhi or Garbhodashai. Saturday is known by the name Avya or Kshirodakshai. Understand? So then there are also the 16 Tithis. The first day of the lunar cycle means after the day after new moon or full moon. So that is actually like this. The first day after the new moon or full moon in the lunar cycle is called Brahma, Pratipada. The second day of the lunar cycle, Dvitiya, is called Shripati. The third day of the lunar cycle, Tritiya, is called Vishnu. The fourth day of the lunar cycle, Chaturthi, is called Kapila. Fifth day of the lunar cycle, Panchami, is called Sridhara. Sixth day of the lunar cycle, Shashti, is called Prabhu. The seventh day of the lunar cycle, Saptam, is called Damodar. The eighth day of the lunar cycle, Ashtam, is called Rishikesh. The ninth day of the lunar cycle, Navami, is called Govinda. 10th day of the lunar cycle, Dashami, is called Madhusudana. 11th day of the lunar cycle, Ekadashi, is called Bhudhara. The 12th day of the lunar cycle, Dwadashi, is called Gadi. Gadi means one who carries Gada, Kaumodaki Gada in his hand. The 13th day of the lunar cycle, Trayodasi, is called named Shanki, one who holds the conch shell. Panchajanya, conch shell in his hand, Shanki, Krishna's name. 14th day of the lunar cycle, Chaturdashi, is by the name as Padmi, one who holds the Padma in his hand, lotus in his hands. Full moon day and dark moon day, Purnima and Amosya, are known by the name Chakri. Chakri means one who holds the Sudarshan Chakra on his hand, or who has the sign of Chakra on his hand. 27 constellations. Now, the moon god has 27 wives. So there are 27 lunar mansions or constellations. So they are also named by the names of Krishna. Ashwini Nakshatra is called Dhata. Bharani Nakshatra is called Krishna. Kartika Nakshatra is called Vishwa. Rohini Nakshatra is known as Vishnu. Margashira is Vashatkar. Ardra is known as Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Punarvasu by the name Bhuta Vrut. Pusha Nakshatra Bhuta Krita. Ashalesha by the name Bhava. Magha by the name Bhutatma. Magha by the name Bhutatma. Purva Falguni by the name Bhuta Bhavana. Uttara Falguni by the name Avyakta. Hasta by the name Pundarikaksha. Chitra by the name Vishwakarma. Swati by the name Shuchishrava. Vishakha by the name Vishakha. Vishakha by the name Sadbhav. Anuradha by the name Bhavana. Jeshta by the name Bharta. Mula by the name Prabhava. Purva Shad by the name Prabhu. Uttara Shad by the name Ishvara. Shravana by the name Aprameya. Dhanishta by the name Rishikesha. Satavisha by the name Padmanabha. Purva Bhadrapada by the name Amar Prabhu. Uttara Bhadrapada name Agrahya. Revati by the name Shashvata. So these are all you see that spiritual names are given to the time periods. So in this way, one will get benefit of doing Namabhas. So this Chaitanya Charitamrta class today, so we covered up to verse number 46. Please note down verse number 46, text 46 of the chapter Adi Lila. So this Chaitanya Charitamrta, very wonderful book. And we should carry on this next week also. We'll keep on doing this. Thank you so much for attending the class. If any comments or questions, please ask me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Prams. Thank you so much for always giving us your time and for
Hare
being our
Krishna.
teacher. We have the best teacher, like we have the best Chaitanya Charitamrta to understand it. Maharaj, today you sent a video of Gurudev and Anirudh Prabhu. Can you please, in English, elaborate what was Gurudev asking and what was Anirudh Prabhu replying? Thank you.
I will see it and see what is going between them, what discussion is going on. There must be some important discussion, because as you all know that he has visited video was shot at the home of Shri Anirudh Prabhuji, I think, in Chenki Dhani, a small village in Rajasthan. So usually I have gone to that village and his house many times in the past, and Maharaj went there, and I will certainly transcribe it. Okay. Jai Jai.
Sure. Thank you, Maharaj, so much. I also downloaded the video for you and I sent it to you for those who can't go onto YouTube. And we can just circulate the video like that. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Anybody else with any questions or comments? You can please unmute or type in the message box.
Actually, that it is very important to hear this Harikatha, because it is told in Padyavali also, Shri Harikatha, Shri Krishna Katha Mahatmya, the glories of Shri Krishna's pastimes. Verse number 39. Shrutam api aupanishadam dure Harikathamrtat yanna santi travachitta kampashrukuladaya. I heard a lot about the impersonal Nirvishesh Brahma, which is the subject matter of the Upanishads, but it was very far away from the nectarian descriptions of Sri Hari. What is the use of hearing about the Brahma? Such discussion will not cause the heart to melt, tears to flow, the body to tremble, and the hairs to stand on end, or any other sattvic bhavas. So, Bhagavan Vedavyas has said this. And then another verse it is told that Naiva divya sukha bhogam arthe, Naiva napa vargam api nata kamaye, Yantu karana vivaram dine dine, Krishna keli Caritamrtani me. Oh Krishna, I do not want to enjoy the sense pleasures of the heavenly planets, nor do I hanker for liberation. I pray at your lotus feet for only one thing, that every day I get the chance to hear about your wonderful nectarian adventures. Understand? So devotee is only asking that he should get to hear Harikatha. Then in text 41, Padyavali, it is told, Aho, aho, virna kaler viduyate, sudha, sudhara, maduram, pade, pade, dine, dine, chandana, chandra, shitalam, yasho, yashoda, tanayasya giyate. Ah, how astonishing. One regularly broadcasts the glories of Yashodanandan, which are more cooling than the moon and sandal pest, will not be plagued by the inauspiciousness of Kali Yuga. At every step, he is submerged in a flow of supreme sweetness, which is sweeter than the sweetest nectar. Shri Kaviratna. Now, verse number 42 says, Nanda Nandana Kaishora Lira Mrita Maham Budho Nimagnanam Kim Asmakam Nirvanam Lavanam Basam. We are always diving into the vast nectarian ocean of Sri Nandanan's beautiful adolescent pastimes. So why will we bother with the salty water of Sahyajya Mukti, which is devoid of the happiness of serving Bhagavan? The Sahyajya Mukti is like salty water, but we are hearing Harikatha, which is like nectar. So Sri Yadavendra Puri Pad has said like this. Tatkathamrita pathodho viharanto mahamuda kurvanti krutina kechit turvargam tranopamam. Hey Bhagavan, some pious souls and those who are unable to discern. So, tat Kathamrta Padavadu. He Bhagwan, some pious souls and those who are able to discern what is actually of value, happily roam in the ocean of your nectarian pastimes. They understand that the four Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, means economic development, sense gratification, liberation, mundane religiosity, they are as petty as a blade of grass. Harikatha is really important. Siddhar Swami has said like this. Then another poet is telling, Tatraiva Ganga Yamuna cha tatra Godavari tatra Saraswati cha Sarvani tirthani vasanti tatra yatra chutodara katha prasanga. Wherever the infallible Bhagwan Achyuta's special katha is being narrated, auspicious rivers like Shri Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati and all the holy places are present. So no need to go to many places, just sit in one place and hear Harikatha. It is told. Now, verse number 45 says, Ya Bhukti Lakshmir Bhuvika Mukhanam, Ya Mukti Lakshmir Rudhiyoga Bhajam, Ya Ananda Lakshmi Rasikendra Maule Saga Pilila Vatu Madhavasya. Lusty persons find their happiness in sense enjoyment, and the pleasure of the yogi's heart is liberation. But these are pale next to the bliss. These are pale next to the bliss of Rasik devotees, deriving in hearing about Madhava's indescribably sweet and fantastic pastimes. May Bhagwan Madhava's Leelas protect you all. Ya Bhukti Lakshmir Bhuvika Mukhanam, Ya Mukti Lakshmir Rudiyo Gabhajam, Ya Ananda Lakshmi Rasikendra Maule Saka Pilila Vatu Madhavasya. So Sri Shankar, Lord Shiva has said this verse. Now Sri Krishna Dhyan, how to meditate on Krishna. So very important to meditate when we chant. So that meditation is given. Fullendi Varakanti Vinduvadanam Bharavatam Sampriyam Shri Bhatsangam Udara Kostu Badaram Pitambaram Sundaram Gopinam Nailot Palarchitatam Go Gopa Sanghavrutam Govindam Kalavenuvadanavaram Divyanga Bhusham Bhaje. I worship Sri Govinda, whose wonderful body luster resembles a fully blossomed blue lotus, whose face is like the moon, who really loves wearing peacock feather ornaments, whose chest bears the marks of Srivatsa and is decorated with the beautiful Kaustubha gem, who wears flashy yellow garments, whose handsome form the gopis worship with thousands and thousands of sidelong glances, who is surrounded by multitudes of cows and gopas, who plays sweet melodies on his flute, audible only to those he is calling, and whose Chidananda body is adorned with fabulous ornaments. So Shardakar has written this. And another meditation is there. Amsalambita Vama Kundadharam Mandunna Tambrulatam Kinjita Kunchita Komada Draputam Sachi Prasarekshanam Alulanguli Pallaver Murlikam Apurayantam Muda Mule Kalpataros Trivangalalitam Dhyaye Jagan Mohanam. He whose splendid earrings hang to the shoulders, whose eyebrows are slightly arched, whose soft lips are somewhat actually here puckered to gather something into the small wrinkle or fold, the puckered. So, or crumpled as they say, are somewhat puckered for playing the flute, whose large eyes are shooting crooked glances, whose leaf-like fingers are moving swiftly on the flute, who is blissfully standing in a charming threefold bending posture under Kalpa Vriksha. This Jagat Mohan Bhagavan Shri Krishna Chandra, who attracts all the worlds, should always be remembered. Unknown author, anonymous author. Now another meditation is there. Adhare vinihita vamsham champaka kusumena kalpitottamsam vinatam dadhanamamsam vamam satatam namami jitakamsam. A flute held to his lips, his crown and earrings made of champaka flowers. His left shoulder slightly lowered as he plays the flute. To that beautiful Shri Krishna who conquered Kamsa, I bow down over and over again. Shri Purushottam Dev has sung this verse. So these are all wonderful meditation. Hare Krishna. So Hari Ananta, Hari Katha, there is no limit to how much Hari Katha we can speak. There is no end. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatra vasya kripas. Padanam pavanam Vishnu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Nanga Mohan Prabhu Jaiwani, please. Thank you.
Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinoda Vihari Ji Ki Jai. Om Vishnu Stotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Vishnu Deiti Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Dandi Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai Jai Jai.
Lila Pravishto Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai 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 Jai.
Pravishto Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai Jai Jai.
Pravishto Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Ki
Jai 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 Jai.
Pravishta Om Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Mata Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai Jai Jai.
Pravishta Om Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai 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 Jai.
Lila Pravishta Param Bhagavat Pravara Shri Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Nitya Lila Pravishta Shri Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai Jai Jai.
Lila Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Shri Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai Jai Jai.
Vedanta Acharya Shri Srila Baladev Vidya Bhushan Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai
Shri
Jai.
Gana Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai
Shri
Jai.
Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhutraya Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sanatan Bhat Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhat Das Raghunath Sat Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai Jai Jai.
Swarup Damodaraya Ramanandadi Shri Gahora Prasad Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Saho Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Antardvip Mayapur Simantadvip Godrumadvip Madhyadvip Koladvip Ritudvip Janudvip Modadrumadvip Rudadvip Patmakashi Navadipadam Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Govardhan Dvadash Vanatmaka Shri Vrajamandal Ki Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ganga Yamuna Tulasi Bhakti Dev Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Vrinda Dev Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopi Maha देव की जय।
जय
श्री
जय
जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय।
जय जय जय
श्री क्षेत्र मंडल की जय।
जय
सर्व विघ्न विनाशकार श्री नरसिंहदेव की जय।
जय जय
भक्त प्रवार श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय
जय।
जय
चार धाम की जय।
जय
चार
जय
संप्रदाय की जय। चार
जय
चार की जय। आकर
जय
मतराज श्री चैतन्य मात की जय। श्री श्री
जय
शिव जी गौड़िया मात हो तत्सकमात समूहा की जय।
जय जय जय
भागवतम की जय।
जय
श्री
जय जय
चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय।
जय
श्री
जय जय
हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय 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 जय
ज्योति वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय जय जय
भक्त वृंद की
जय
जय।
जय जय
जय घोर प्रेमानंद हरि
हरे हरे
हरि
हरे
बोल।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण जय हो
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ananda Mahan Prabhu, for that. Thank you, Maharaj, His Holiness Sripad Bhakti.
जय जय श्री
Maharaj,
श्रीमद अनंत प्रभु की जय थैंक यू
Maharaj.
हरे कृष्ण
Thank you,
हरे
dear devotees, for joining today, and we'll see you all tomorrow for Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj's class. Maharaj is not in Bangalore; he's out in Vrindavan, so we'll see. I don't know, Maharaj, if you're going to speak to Gurudev,
yes
and
yes I
if
will
you,
speak with him yes yes
yes. So if Maharaj, please, we request if Maharaj can't, can you please come on? But you
yes
can
yes
speak.
what time is the class
So tomorrow is 3:30 India time.
okay I'll speak with Maharaj if he cannot then I will try to give yes yes yes
Sure, Maharaj. I'll send you. And then also, yeah. So that's for tomorrow. Thank you, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna Dandas Pranam Hare Krishna Vanchakapatana Vishnu Daivata Dandas Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
And also, reminder for Sunday is Bhagavad Gita as it is class with Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj. So see all dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.